Good morning, besties. This is not the video I was expecting to send. I finished a book and I want to talk about it. It's really early and the kids woke me up, so I'm not going to talk long. I didn't prepare anything for this, but I'm going to talk about things I learned. So, first off, the book I just finished is called Protect a Cat. It's the second volume. It's about 90,000 words. There's a very small chance that I'll combine volume 1 and volume 2 to make it 180,000 words after a edit. And I will probably make this a 3 or 4 book series depending on what happens next. I'm thinking, it really depends on how this goes, because I'm working through like, okay, I finally feel like I've hit my stride with this, and I'm right. And I just had kind of an epiphany as to like what hits the meta and how I want to hit the meta. The meta being the zeitgeist, the current focus of stuff on Railroad, which is male action magic kind of thing aimed towards the readership. Just with my own spin. This is very off meta. If you think hard apocalypse. Let's see. And also, like, I'm trying to fix my sound quality. So, in the comments, like and subscribe. But in the comments, let me know if my sound quality is off, because it should be good. It's off the distance. If not, I'm gonna have to learn something. So what I learned. So I'm spending more time with the characters, right? And I'm spending more time with the running gags and establishing characters through running gags and establishing characters through their actions. I'm spending less time with the side characters. So in the beginning I had 5 chapters of Bagel as a cat in the first chapter, and then he becomes awakened so he can make agency and choices in the world. And then I introduced Ashley, who's kind of like, there are things that Bagel does not understand because he is a cat and he doesn't have the context. So he gets the system knowledge, and the system tells him some things like Wikipedia type, but like he needs to piece it together. But there's Ashley, who's like been through COVID, right? And she sees all the bodies from people dying to mobs, and she's like, I'm gonna do something about this. So I needed to have the lens of Bagel, and I needed to have the lens of Ashley. So Bagel is like the cozy story, and Ashley's like, this is the horror of what's actually happening. Let me not let the cat, because like Bagel's a little bit detached. Did I write him as a sociopath? I guess I did, because he's kind of turning evil by the end of book 2. But it's like he's taking baby steps to where he's like, okay, well, why not? I deserve this, and I deserve this, and right. And that's kind of by design, right? Because I kind of modeled his character after Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Like he's like, okay, well, obviously the next logical step after this is that, and the next logical step after that is this other one, right? Makes sense. But yeah, so if you like Attack on Titan, like you're gonna be like, wait, what is he talking about? Cozy meets Attack on Titan, right? I think probably like I'll have a second draft where it's a little more nitty gritty. But the thing I'm finding out is I don't really need it to be too descriptive. I'm purposely not info dumping on the system, and I'm not info dumping on the card game. So you can, like, there are rules to the card game. It is a combination of Pokemon trading card game and Demon Card Enforcer. And you can kind of glean what's going on. But I am trying to piece it together, and like, okay, he reached 25, he gets a perk. The perk he gets is half off buying land, right? But he doesn't say it's half off buying land. And it shows his character, because it's like, okay, it's not half off, it's 25% off, and he's gonna keep the rest arbitrage. Arbitrage is once you make money off of something that the market's not really seeing, right? So like he's just like, I'm gonna stash this extra 25%. And now let's see how that goes. So I'm really happy about that. The other thing I want to talk about is I read Paragon of Skills, which is the #1 Rising Stars right now. And I kind of am like, okay, I like this guy's style. And now I'm like, I want to do more stuff like that where the next story I'm going to have to be first person. And I might do second, third person sides. Oh man. But like, I'm super happy. This is my 4th book this year. I'm gonna have to check. This is probably my 16th book I finished. I'm not gonna check right now. Future John will add the number in, probably put it in the bottom. But like 4 books this year. I'm on track to finish 6, which was my goal. If I do 6, it'll be one more Bodega Cat. It'll be the romancy book. And I'm gonna count Food Truck as half a book because I'm writing half of it. Even though it's like a novella. It's gonna be like an extended novella length on my side and extended novella length on Tonic's side. But it is moving. I'm going to dedicate this next week to the first chapter. So I just finished the last chapter of Bodega Cat. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do the first chapter of volume 3. And then what I do is usually like a kind of summary of what's going on, but also like in characters. So like, okay, so this is what's going on right now, because I just wrapped it up with them like having like a drone team that is like they fly the drones around to see if there are any mobs that didn't get killed. And that's just like Turtle Bay, the neighborhood in Manhattan. Yeah. So I'm really happy. I'm pretty sure that the lesson is just keep going through, right? So last year at this time I had like 3 fictions going. I launched one, and then I launched one that I had a lot of backlog for, and I'm gonna go straight through. And I'm also gonna post 5 days a week instead of 3 days a week, because there's only like one guy that's been posting there, right? So like I feel like this has like a long-term series potential, but I'm also like, we'll see. If this has like 1,000 followers by the end of the month, then I might just make it a long-term series. But like I could run with it if I had to. I could flex it just short or long, because it's like society trying to build up institutions around a system apocalypse, and the cat being like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Yeah, sure, I'll do that, to try to make money off of it. And yeah, so that's what's going on. Also, a bunch of my friends went to Literary PGCon, and I'm going to really attempt to go next year. And if things work out, we'll do a in-person immersive ink convention. It's just that I know that what's going to happen is I'm going to have to like do a lot of pre-planning. Did a lot of pre-planning for immersive ink convention, like a lot of like inviting authors to speak, right? And I'd like to go to a convention where it's like a fan convention, because I know there's ones that are aimed at authors, and I really want to go to Dragon Con if I'm here next summer. But that's a lot, so we'll see. This way I could meet other writers in person. Yeah, because I live in the middle of nowhere. And that's my story. Bodega Cat is available for free. I have a link in the bio. Like and subscribe. If you like Bodega Cat, go ahead and give it a nice old rating and review. I appreciate it. I have cleaned up all the grammar several times, and it's gonna be good. All right, thanks, besties.